DreAllDay.com.
What's going on, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. This week we're going to talk about what you expect and what you get. And what we're really talking about is the long run of your life. Now, let me ask a question. Have any of you ever been around somebody who says something like, or heard somebody say something like, if you have no expectations, then you can't be disappointed with what happens? Any of you ever heard of something like that before? I know I have. I see it on Facebook all the time, on social media all the time, and I've heard people actually say this directly to me, talking about themselves and not about me. Listen, if you have zero expectations, guess what you're actually going to achieve? Usually, zero. Usually, in the long run, over the course of every human being out there, when you have zero expectations, you will actually receive zero. In the long run of your life, ladies and gentlemen, there's a very, very, very thin line between what you expect and what you actually receive, what you actually achieve, what you actually do, who you actually become. What you expect is exactly what you're going to get. So some of you may be thinking, well, Dre, I don't know, because I've been expecting great things, but great things aren't happening to me. Well, let me challenge that assumption. Now, are you expecting great things every single day? Do you wake up expecting a great day and you go to sleep expecting a great day and you maintain that great expectation throughout your day? Is it in your thoughts? Is it in your words? Is it in your actions? Because the thing is this, if you expect great things at 2 o'clock, but then at 3 o'clock something bad happens, you get some bad news and you start thinking negatively, or you're expecting great things at 6:30, but then at 8:30 you get a phone call, somebody tell you that you didn't make the basketball team, or you got fired from your job, or your uncle got laid off from work. Now your expectations go down because you start thinking about all the negative things associated with that bad news. Well, guess what? You're going up and down. Your expectations are going like this all day. And your expectations are going like this all day. What's the average? The average is right in here. And that's why your life is staying exactly the same. See, when your expectations go up and down, all the average of these two is right here in the middle. And when you're right here in the middle, we know that as average. And I know that most of y'all aren't average, but guess what? If your expectations are average, then you're going to continue getting the exact same thing you got right now, because average is going to keep you right where you at. If your expectations get lower, then you're going to go from where you are to down here eventually. And if your expectations get higher, you're going to go from right here to up here. The thing is, you got to keep it up there. It's not something that happens in one day. It's like lifting weights. You can't go to the gym for one day and lift weights and say, well, why didn't I get better? Why didn't my muscles get bigger? And if you miss one day at the gym, if you've been going all the time, your muscles not going to get smaller in one day. It's whatever you're doing consistently over a period of time. So understand the point of this motivation is this. In the long run of your life, if you look back 5 years ago to right now and compare where you were then to where you are now, I guarantee it is exactly what you expected. You are exactly where you expected to be, and you're either on your way to getting better, getting worse, or staying exactly the same based on your current expectations. If you keep your expectations for life high, you will get better. But you got to keep them high even when it doesn't seem like it's getting where you want it to go. Now, here's another discussion about average. See, an average person has high expectations because somebody told them having high expectations is a good thing. That's all this Dre Baldwin weekly motivation. They say, no, I'm going to have high expectations. But you know what happens the very next day, or 2 weeks later, or 3 months later? Something happens that they consider a bad outcome, and they start thinking negatively, and they just canceled out all their positive expectation thinking. They start thinking like this again. It starts going back down, and they stay right there at the average. Or maybe they just get a little tiny bit better, but they like, my expectations was getting 10 times better. I only got 2% better. What happened? What's the problem, Dre? Why didn't it work? That's because you canceled it out with your negative thinking. Every negative thought has a cost, ladies and gentlemen. Every positive thought has a cost. Every single thing you think, there is a charge for. So think about if your mind was connected like Apple Pay to your bank account. Every single time you have a negative thought, money's coming out of your bank account. That's a withdrawal that's going to somebody else, a payment that you got to make to the universe for your negativity. And every time you think positively, you are depositing positive income into your bank account. And you got to get it over a certain level in order for it to start overflowing. And when your positive bank account starts overflowing, that's when the things start actually manifesting themselves physically, and you can see the results. See, right now you might be filling up your account, but it's not overflowing yet. You don't even know it because you can't count the money. You can't call the bank. You can't call this bank, this personal bank. You can't call and get your statement. All you got to do is wait. You got to wait until it overflows or until you overdraft it. And when you overdraft it, I'm sure you know what those negative feelings feel like. Now, when it overflows, that's when stuff starts happening. You like, wow, the things that I was expecting are actually happening. The challenge for most of you is you'll never get there because you keep canceling it out. you keep taking money out of your account when you was almost to overflow. You got to keep putting those positive thoughts, those positive expectations, and there's no way you can expect positivity, you can expect high and act low. That's impossible. Whatever you are expecting is exactly how you're going to act. So when you have positive expectations and you act positively, then you're going to eventually get to that overflow point. The thing is, you got to have the patience, the persistence, the dedication, the discipline to keep thinking like that, even when it doesn't seem obvious in front of you that it's going to happen. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. Thanks for checking out this video. Make sure you follow all my top content up here. Follow me on all your favorite social networks right over here. And make sure you are subscribed to catch all the new content I put on this channel every single day.